Mrs. Pelletier again, and I have another book by Mo Willems, and it's another book with Piggy and Gerald in it. And this book, Piggy gets invited to a party. So the name of the book is called I Am Invited to a Party. And look at Gerald in the back. He doesn't look so sure of what's happening. He's kind of got a straight face, straight look on his face. But so she's invited to a party. We're going to read to see what happens when she gets invited. I am invited to a party. So she says, Gerald, and look at her face. She is so excited. Look, look, I am invited to a party. She's jumping up and down. What would you say to describe her right now? What word would you use? I can tell she's excited. She's really excited to go to this party. And Piggy and Gerald says, cool. So he's happy for her. That's what good friends are. It is cool. Oh, she's hugging that invitation. She's so excited. Will you go with me? I have never been to a party. Now, look at what happens. Why do you think she looks like that? See her eyes? It's her first time going to a party. So it might mean that she's a little nervous. She doesn't know what to expect. So it's nice that she asked Gerald to go with her. So he says, I will go with you. I know parties. And look at, there are those italics again, those slanted words. I know parties. And then Gerald says, party, 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 party. And they put them in capital letters. They are so excited. They're going to go to the party. But then Gerald realizes something. He says, wait, what if it is a fancy party? I don't know if the invitation said. So in that envelope, see that envelope? There's a little invitation with some information about the party, but I don't know if it said what kind of a party it was. We must be ready, he says. And she says, really? Of course, you want to be prepared. I know parties. And she looks at us and says, he knows parties. So look where he's going. He's going this way, zip. Piggy's going that way, zap. What do you think that they're going to come back looking like? Ooh, they got really dressed up. A top hat and a little bow tie, and she's in a fancy dress with gloves and a little purse. Is this fancy? And he says, very fancy. And look at what Mo Willems does. He puts fancy letters when he writes very fancy. Party, 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 party. They are dancing up a storm. They're not even there yet, but they are so, so excited. And then all of a sudden, Gerald says, wait. And look at, he's got those lines again. He's worried. What if it is a pool party? They didn't even think about that. If it's a pool party, would that be appropriate to wear to a pool party? You would have to wear some kind of swimming outfit, right? A bathing suit. And then Piggy says, a fancy pool party? Gerald says, we must be ready. Look at those capital letters again. We must be ready. He's yelling it, and look at it. You can tell he's yelling because his mouth is wide open. I know parties. He knows parties. He's talking to us again, looking right at us. So now they're going to go off to do something else. What do you think they're going to come back looking like? Think in your brain and see if you're right. Did you think that he was going to come back with a bathing suit and that she was going to come back with a bathing suit? If you thought that, you predicted the right thing. Look at that. Now they're running back in. So how is this? And Gerald says, we will make a splash. That means they'll be like the hit of the party. They're dressed appropriately. They're fancy and they've got bathing suits on. Party, 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 party. They are so excited about this party. Wait, what if it is a costume party? Do you know what a costume party is? Think about that. Think about Halloween. Sometimes you dress up as somebody different. That might be what this party is. Could be a dress-up party. A fancy pool costume party? Could be. We don't know. It didn't say in the invitation. We must be ready. So now he's leaving the page. She's leaving. He had better know parties. There's been a lot of changes because they don't know really what to wear. So now look at what they're going to do. He comes back with some cowboy boots and a little bit of a cape and she's got some goggles on, and she's got her big cowboy hat on. So now it's a costume, swim, fancy decor. Now we can go to the party. So look at that. They're dressed up in costumes. They're a little fancy, and they've got swim stuff on. Yes, now we are ready. So whatever party it is, they've dressed for them all. Well, that is a surprise. So now they're walking to the party. There are the balloons. What do you think is going to be the surprise? And Piggy says, you do know parties. And look at all of the people in the pool. Party, party, party. They did the same thing. They've got fancy on, they've got kind of a costume on, and they wore bathing suits. So they didn't know what to wear either. It's kind of funny. Okay, so this is, you know, a book about their friendship. They are such good friends. They treat each other so nicely. But it's also how when we do something new, we want to be prepared. So she was going to a party for the first time. She wanted to make sure that she was prepared. And sometimes it's okay to feel nervous when you're going to that, whatever it is, for the first time. Okay? So Piggy and Gerald, this was a different book. I Am Invited to a Party. We noticed that Piggy and Gerald are in many of his other books. Mo Willems used more speech bubbles in this book. He wrote some words with all capital letters. Remember that? We saw that quite a few times. Party, party, party. They were all capital letters. He wanted us to say it with a strong voice. There are not a lot of details in these illustrations. He just focused on the characters. See, these illustrations really have mostly the characters, whereas when we were reading, let me just grab Knuffle Bunny. When we have Knuffle Bunny, look at how, well, again, even the pages had more because of the photographs, but still Mo Willems focuses most of his drawings just on the characters. So there's not a lot of background. We don't really know where they're standing, okay? And then Piggy and Gerald do things that people do, which is kind of funny. It's these books are almost what we call fantasy. Would these animals really talk and really dress up? No, they wouldn't. Okay, so doesn't give us real information. It's just kind of a made-up story. But again, Mo Willems he has such a good sense of humor. He keeps us laughing in all of these books with all of these fun characters.